Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ash Show. Day 3. We're going live. New haircut, new everything. Let's go. Let's start by sharing the link here. All right. We are looking for the link. And I think we almost solved the latency issue, by the way. Should be down to a few seconds. So that should be nice. How's it going, guys? Good morning, GC. How's it going? Hope all is going well with you. We kind of actually, I think the low latency thing is working finally. Yay. Discovered actually a way to fix the lag, so all is good. Anel, morning, my man. How's it going? How's it going? All right, guys. Let's have a quick look. Angelique, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you. Yeah, like I actually have a lot of things coming up. I didn't get to finish working with this weekend, but we're gonna majorly update the stream here. Let's jump into the charts quickly here. Market opens in 15 minutes. Some of you guys I saw commenting on the Discord are saying that you guys have a problem because the cash did not settle. So let's I'm just gonna have a quick look here and see if I have the same issue. I don't think I've faced this issue before with Interactive Brokers, but let's see here. So I'm just gonna jump into my portfolio quickly here. Let's have a quick look see. Yeah, thank you, Angelique. Yeah, I lost the spike unfortunately, so I don't know how our position will be. I do well with my hair spiky, but let's see. Okay, excess liquidity. No, it seems that I'm able to trade. I think this should be the cash amounts, 1,100. Yeah, I think I'm able to trade today. I think it's maybe because it's the US. Interactive Brokers is not necessarily restricted with US security stuff, so maybe that's why the cash accounts are not settling. But I think we should be able to trade just well today. But this is a problem, guys. Like, if you guys have the problem, that means the majority of retail has the same problem. So we can expect low volume today, which might be good or might be bad, depending on, like, how the hedge funds what mood they are in today. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Let's see what happens today. Should be exciting. Should be pretty exciting. So we have here. We're gonna need to recharge some stuff here. In either case, guys, like, even if you will not be able to trade. Oh, thank you, Angelique. I think it's a good opportunity to learn. This way, you guys don't have you're not constricted by quickly trying to, like, maybe, like, take my trades or understand, like, or think about why I'm doing them. This way you can just look at them, see what's happening, and if you like what you see, if you learn something, then you can repeat it tomorrow, right? So right, so let's just take it from the top, and let's see here what changed. Let's start with our 1 hour chart here. Let's not look at the futures or the SPX. Let's look at the SPY, since this is what most of you guys trade here. So I noticed this forming last week, and you guys can see here a downward channel forming. My expectations is for the SPY is I think today we hit the 21 MA. We just like we felt way too much, way too quick. I think we hit the 21 MA here on the SPY probably today. That's a 367. I think we're still in a downward momentum. I think we still go down. I think probably make actually new lows this October, this month. But I think we're due for a little bounce here. I'm gonna just play the charts. I'm not gonna guess, but we are up almost half a point, 0.4% this morning. So things do look bullish here. The RSI is starting to reset a little bit. If you guys can have a look here at the 1 hour chart, so not bad, not bad. I think we hit probably the 21 MA 366. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that today. Could be good for a quick scalp, but I have nothing to add to my chart here. No new levels or anything like that. I don't see any gaps here forming or anything like that, so all is good on the 1 hour chart. We go down to the 5-minute level. We see here that this line which we drew last week, look at that, perfect touch and reject, right? It was a perfect line that we got here. So our lines have been performing very well so far. Now we can expect either the 366 level, which is, as you can see here, the 200 MA on the 5-minute. We can expect this to be tested, or if it breaks and goes through, we can see it going all the way up either to 371, which is our resistance here from before, support from before trend resistance, or we can expect to see this trend line getting tested, which is the upper end of the trend line. I don't think we get that bullish. I think this is way too much bullishness. I think my expectations for today, we tested 200 MA, maybe 371, and then we just go down. And I think we're gonna start working on that new lows pretty soon. We have earnings coming up this week, guys. We have CPI and we have bank earnings. It's gonna be a pretty damn exciting week. I'm so excited. I'm so hyped for this week. It's gonna be pretty damn good, I tell you that much. We're gonna definitely be playing the bank earnings, that's for sure. I'm almost done with my write-ups and my videos, so I'm gonna have them all out today. I know the past few weeks I've been a little late on stuff, but like, it's just, I'm trying to find ways to improve everything that I've been doing here, and this is all a bit new for me, but I think we're making good progress here. I think things, every stream, I think, gets better than the one before it. So we'll see. Let's see what people are saying here. Julie says you're watching. Thank you. Gigi, what do you think about BOE doubling buy pressure? I wouldn't I wouldn't really give it much thought. I think bad earnings will be pretty bad. I think we've seen we've seen inventory issues with Nike. We've seen huge misses with AMD. I think we were gonna start having an earning recession soon. But like banks buying, this is pretty normal because one way or the other, we're very, very close to the bottom here. Retail is selling, so we're very close to retail capitulation. And once that happens, that means the bottom is probably here. Whichever way you slice it, however bearish you are, starting to buy right now for the long term, which is probably what banks would do, is an excellent time for it now. This is an excellent time to start taking startup positions. You're gonna see a lot of hedge fund money, a lot of investment banks money, a lot of big players who had cash on the sidelines started moving in right now. They're not gonna be buying a lot, but they're definitely gonna be buying more. I'm that much I'm pretty certain of. If I was someone who would buy, I would not risk to see, are we gonna make new lows? We're not gonna make new lows. I would start nibbling now, right? Probably will make new lows, but I'd start nibbling now. If I have, for example, $10,000, I would, throw in $1,000 to $2,000 right now. So this is probably the buying pressure that you're seeing there, Gigi. Right? So I wouldn't give it much thought. We will probably still be going down. Of course, barring a huge surprise on CPI or earnings, but I don't think we see either of those. I think I don't think the drop will be as huge or as big as people make it out to be, but we can be seeing 3,400 level or 3,300 level on the SPX, which is 300 point drop to 200 point drop from here. So it's not negligible, it's not nothing, but we're talking about like the SPX going down 5% from where it is. You guys can see here 100 point drop was 2.8, right? Let's call it 3%. So we're talking 5 to 6% further drop at the absolute worst with the SPX Extrapolating that to AMD, Nvidia, Intel, I don't think, every stock, by the way, that has its earnings, it will be that bottom for it. So AMD will probably not be falling further. Someone asked me in the Discord the day before the open on Friday, what are your expectations for AMD? I said mid 50s to high 50s, and this is what happened. We closed here, as you guys can see, AMD, we closed 58, just like I expected, right? And right now we're at 57.5. So between 55 and 58, this was my target, and we got it, right? So it's not gonna get worse from here, right? It's not gonna, like, it might drop a little bit more with everything if Nvidia has bad earnings, if the market is bad, but the downfall is already priced in. It already fell a lot. Like this, look at this huge drop. We already fell way too much, right? So AMD is done, it's over, right? The worst is behind us now. So there is no reason why retail and investment banks and everyone else would not start buying AMD now, would not start buying Nike now, would not start buying any company that already went through the earning recession, because we have one earnings season. We're gonna get one earnings recession. After that, things are gonna go either up or gonna stay flat. It's not gonna go worse from there, right? So the worst will be behind us, right? So the next month is potentially the worst month, but then after that we're good, right? So it is an excellent opportunity for people, for example, to buy AMD 100% strong buy right now, at least coming from me, right? So this is my views on that. This is why I think, like, banks are buying, people are buying, but yeah. All right, so let's get back here to our SPY here. We're not seeing any sort of big movements here. We've cleared the 50 EMA. We seem to be going for the 200 EMA here. Let me just double check that I can actually buy stuff here. I'm gonna have a look at my portfolio. Let's try to see if we can buy on SPX option or not. SPX. Actually, no, you can buy SPX in the last 15 minutes, so I don't think, we're just gonna wait here. We're just gonna wait to see if I can buy stuff or not, like, once the market opens. Option chain. So maybe we can do this. Maybe we can try to see if we can place an order for the pre-market. Sure. Preview. Order is not accepted. Must exceed. Whatever. This is just like pre-market stuff. We're gonna have to wait and see here if I can trade today or not. But even if we can trade, no biggie. Even if I can trade today, I'm sure we can answer some questions, look at a few charts, do some fun stuff here. So no big deal. Let's have a look here at the Discord. Let's see what everyone is saying. Winter took 3,000 shares short on Friday. I don't know why I'm attacking a dead horse, but here we are. Good for you, man. Good for you. Kill it. Astronaut. Okay, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, like, look at what Angelique's saying here. They're already dead. Exactly. Like AMD, the worst has happened, right? The worst is behind us. It's not gonna get worse than this. I think AMD is an excellent buy right now. I think, probably we dropped to like mid 50s at worst, 55, 54. And then it's just like all the way up from there, because I think we get new lows by the end of October, starting off November maybe, and then from there is going to be a straight rise all the way up to the end of the year, because you're going to have your elections, you're going to have your politicians waving the pumpy flags. So I think starting from there, this is where things start going up. So yeah, I mean, like, we got 4 minutes here on the clock. We can just have a quick look here at everything else. VIX is up. Well, the market is up. Not a look I want to see. You guys know I hate the diversions between SPY and the VIX. It is really not good here. If we have a quick look and see, it's up 3.3%, 32.5. Now 32.5 was a major level. I spoke about it before multiple times actually. But if we go here to the 1-day chart, something very interesting with VIX. You'd notice if you look at the 1-day chart, right? You want to go up here, you get your trend line, and if you do this, you'll see this line was being respected a lot for the past few months, right? Until we broke through it. when we made the new low, right? So if you look here, we see here this line. Look at this. That's a fantastic looking line right here. We can also have, we can see this, right? Now this forms a symmetrical triangle, and the symmetrical triangle is a, could be considered a bearish formation for the most part, right? So if I draw these lines here, with the exception of these testing it, failing and going back in, testing, failing it and going back in, what we see here is that we're going to test it back. So I can expect the VIX, as you can see here, this was today's jump up gap, and then it's probably going to go down back to test it here. So we need to see VIX for a proper run, not even a run, just a little bit of relief. We need to see the VIX below 31 level, 31, I'd say, yeah, 31.5. We need to see it below, go below this trend line here, right? So as long as it's outside these trend lines, we can expect, major major weirdness, if you will, on the stock. But yeah, if you look at this here, this is the gap from today, and I think it makes sense that we probably go down and fill this gap here today. We probably get the VIX crushed and a SPY run for the SPY to test the 200 MA or the 21 MA if you're looking at the 1 hour chart. So I think we're starting to have some confluence here. We're starting to have a nice investment thesis at what might possibly happen when the market opens, right? So it makes sense for VIX to fill the gap. It makes sense for the SPY to go and retest the 200 MA. All these things, we're starting to see some confluence here. We already have a little bit of bullishness here at the start on the futures, pre-market on the major stocks. Let's see how the major stocks are doing. Tesla looking nice, up almost half a point. Apple is not doing so well. Apple is almost neutral at the open here. Lost all its gains. This is probably going to put some nice downward pressure on the SPY once it opens. But we can see here it's retesting 200 MA and looks like it reclaimed it, right? And the market is open. All right, guys, let's see. I'm gonna just test it here quickly. I want to see if I can still trade or not. So I'm just gonna click trade, order ticket, options, SPY, option chain. Okay, the option chain is populated. Let's see if I can get a quick call here. Order, view. Yeah, looks like I'm able to trade. Nice. Okay. Well, I'm not obviously gonna just jump in and buy, but I'm just gonna have, guys, I like waiting the opening out. So let's just wait they open up here a little bit. Let's see what happens. I want to see some structure. Now obviously we can go down and retest the 21 MA here. If that happens, I'll be looking for a bounce to go up and take out the pre-morning high here. This is basically what I'll be looking for, and vice versa. We can see a continued drop. If I see the PM low getting taken out, then obviously this is too little, like this is way too risky. The risk to reward here would be awful, so I wouldn't play this a little bit here. I would just wait. If things go bearish, I would wait for this level to get taken out, which is our lows from last week, right? So at the moment, as usual, the open indecisiveness. Let's see what happens here. We're looking for this to get taken out. This is the 364.5. So this is what I'm looking for here. I want this to be taken out. If this gets taken out and is held, I can expect a run to the 200 MA here, right? So just I'll be right back, guys. Just give me a minute. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. All right. All right. Let's see here. So, down to 21 MA being tested. Okay, no problem. We already know what to do in that case. We are looking for a breakthrough of the 360 level here, right? So if the 360 level fails, then I go into puts. Till then, I'm just waiting here. We just still retesting the 21 MA. Nothing really special about this drop. Nothing worrying. Nothing that would make me think, that we're bearish for now, right? So, of course, the macro trend is still, bearish. Nothing changed here for me. But for now, just for today, because we trade every day as it comes. I don't know. Looks like nothing to me. We could see, by the way, a day of consolidation. This usually happens after a big drop. You guys remember we spoke about this, so we could see this happening all over again. So we could see today, because we had a huge drop, like on Friday. So we can see some little consolidation here today, and and just for this to be all over the place, right? So we're going here for the 50 EMA. The green line is the 50 EMA. So we're going for the 50 EMA test here, and Qs have turned red, so it's almost negative 4% on the Qs here. It's a big drop, probably because of this freaked out probably the people at the beginning, right? Tesla, of course, as always, Tesla just loves to screw things up for everyone. Down almost 1%. Twitter is up 2% and Tesla is down 1%. I mean, come on, Tesla. There is a reason why I stopped trading Tesla. Well, anyway, back to our spies, and we can see here nice wick. Look at this beautiful wick here. Look at this wick. See, again, this is I'm gonna keep stressing this every time we trade. I'm not gonna stop saying this because it's very important. This is why we waited the open. This is why we don't buy until we get retests, because if you would have bought puts here, you place your stops over the 21 MA here, which is the logical point to place your stops, you would have been stopped out by now, right? It could probably still go down more. I'm not saying this is not going to happen. I'm just saying if you did that, you would have been stopped out, right? So, this is why we wait for the retest. And look here, it wicked, and look at this nice bounce up to 21 MA, right? So yeah, it's probably gonna retest at 21 MA, see how it reacts. And if it holds, we're gonna have a bounce probably all the way to the 200 here. So I'm gonna look here to see if this bounce holds, and once this level gets taken out, I'm gonna get into calls. So for now, I'm waiting, just seeing what's up. And now we got the music, so I can chill and listen to music while I wait. Okay, so we're retesting it again. A huge wick right there. Let's zoom on this a little bit. Look at this drop. We're back at the 50 MA, and testing it, and fell through. All right, so we have here this level, right? This is the PM low, right? Well, technically this is the PM low, and then we have the next support here at 360. I'm not gonna play this little bit here, right? Because if I buy here, so where would I put my stop? Somewhere here or here, right? So the risk to reward is almost 1-to-1. I don't want to be playing a 1-to-1 play, right? It might go down further, but for a scalp or for a trade, I don't know, doesn't seem that interesting to me. It seems a lot of risk for not that much reward. It can keep going down further, of course, but I have no way of knowing that, right? So let's see if this does end up being one of those days, the chop days. You guys can very clearly see what happens here. You get your downs, you get highs, and then you get downs, and then you get highs, and it's all over the place, right? So you can have like a strong reaction like this where it just ran like crazy and then just died, and then ran a lot, and then died a lot, and then ran a lot, right? So we could see this here at the open. We can see this dialogue go down here, everyone gets into puts, and then boom, it runs again to 200 MA. So no thank you. I am not been burned been burned with that before, so no, not gonna try doing this again. No thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait here. We're still retesting the 50 MA. 50 MA so far holding well here. Look at this, it wicked up again. Bulls are stepping in, right? Again, nothing here for me to buy. This is not telling me anything. This is not bearish. This is not bullish. I know some people will say, well, oh, you know, like higher, lower highs and lower lows. Sure, I mean, like this is a, you know, this is sure a bearish indication, but again, we're just struggling around the MAs here. You know, this could be just people, you know, who are basically like stuck here, you know, at this area where it consolidated, and they're just getting out here on this little pop. So not really much to go on here, honestly. You know, SPX, SPY futures all pretty much bottomed out. Look at this, look at the VIX is just going nutty. VIX is exploding, up 5% today, right? So we're starting, the bearish indicators are starting to mount up here, right? We're starting to get more and more you know, bearish confluence here. Tesla is not doing well at all whatsoever. Tesla just Apple just died off here. AMD, that's normal. Nothing really. Wow, my DK call just rocked, jumped over my stop. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I don't trade DraftKings. I know a lot of people do. It's a very, very popular stock with very nice momentum. But you know, I'm not really familiar with it that much. But let's just add it here since you guys really like it. Let's keep an eye on it, you know, if everyone likes it here, and because you're like the third guy I've seen talk about this, so let's keep an eye on it as well. Ooh, whoa, 5%. What the hell happened there? I knew they ran up here because they had some big partnership with Amazon. I wonder what happened. Like, was it called off or something like that? If you guys are wondering about anything, you can always just quickly jump to Twitter. I'm just gonna close my messages here because I don't want you to guys just see what's up. Let's see here, DKNG. Twitter is usually very helpful to very quickly at a glance know what's going on, right? So you just go quickly to latest and you'll see a lot of people freaking out about what happened. Fake scam. Oh, okay. So possibly no California pulling back AD spending any huge expenses, potentially being a spend on Disney for a contract that won't even cover the biggest potential market they're hoping for. This has disaster. Okay, so it looks like the deal with Amazon is not that good, guys. Looks like you know, like there's losses. There will be losses here for them if they go through with this. Apparently some things that were not disclosed, but yeah, pretty much looks like the thing, you know, fell off. So yeah, of course you can expect, you know, whatever went up, it will probably just go all the way down here. We got a bull flag, by the way, guys. We got a bear flag forming here. If you guys are still are in DKNG, I just keep an eye on this because this is look at this. This is, you know, your typical bear flag forming here. So I just keep an eye on this. I wouldn't jump into anything right here. And if you guys are still in this, if someone is still in this and they want to know whether to get out or not, I'll just place my stop exactly here. This will be where my stop is. You can either place your stop here or place your stop here for the new day's low, for the day's low, or the last week's low. Here, this is where I place my stops. If this gets taken out, I just get out, right? So looks like SPY held as expected, right? And looks like it's gonna do what you know, it looks like it's gonna be a good boy here and do what we asked it to do, which is go and retest 200 MA. So let's see. Wow, my DK call got 2 weeks on them, so might average down. Yeah, I can see that. You know, like I don't think it will run more, honestly, because the only reason why it went up that much is because of the Amazon news. And if the Amazon news is no good, then it has no reason to go up that much again. So I wouldn't really I'm not sure about the averaging thing, to be very honest with you. Maybe if we have a macro look here. Look, I mean, like, this is the problem here, right? If you draw your trend line on DK on the 1 hour chart, like, sorry about that. So if you have a quick trend line draw here, like, this is a perfect downtrend. Look at this, right? So look at this, beautiful, right? So I don't know how much it can go up from here, honestly, right? It could. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the stock, but this looks a little bit bearish here, unless we do this, unless we extend this here all the way down, and then we do this here, this something like this, and then you have here this downward triangle here. So you'll be looking for a break here through. So this could be something. This maybe this saves you. I don't know. But you need a breakthrough this trend line. I don't know if you can see it, but you need a breakthrough here. You just open the 1 hour chart, draw this trend line here, and look for a breakthrough. If you get a break of the support here, by the way, again, this invalidates the triangle. So, and this is like very major support, obviously, since the beginning of August. So if this fails as well, I'll get out of any calls. I just my 2 cents. I'm not advocating you do anything in particular, and of course, no financial advice here. But this is what I would do if I were in your place. Okay, let's see here what people are talking about. SPY is just still struggling around this, ups and down. Nothing for me to play here. So let's have a look at other stocks. Maybe people have something juicy today. The music is so chill. Oh my god. Thanks, man. Very glad you like it. It's the Lo-Fi Girl. I'm sure you guys heard about it. Delta Airlines. What's up with Delta? Let's see. Oops, Delta Airlines. Here you go. Delta Airlines up a little bit. It's pretty much following the market here. I mean, like, look at this, and look at the SPY. It's almost the same chart. So I will probably keep going with the market up and down until something happens. PayPal puts. Let's see, PayPal is probably going to have the brunt of the fall early in the morning, and it might bounce back, guys, because it is down because some people were saying they're going to close their accounts because of the $2,500 thing that they said, that the fee, if you guys if you post something that they don't like, and then they immediately backtracked it. Honestly, I don't think PayPal puts. I honestly think PayPal calls here. I think whatever we lost here, if the market turns bullish, I think we get all this back, because whatever the issue is, it's now solved, right? It's not like DraftKings, right? DraftKings, they had a big deal and now it fell off, right? It got screwed. There's no fixing it. PayPal here already fixed the issue, right? However many people closed their accounts, I promise you, the majority of people either will reopen them back, or they didn't really close their accounts. It's just something they say for social media, right? Because PayPal is very, very convenient. What I would do it for PayPal to hopefully hit this level here somewhere, right? So I have 2 levels here to watch for PayPal. I would here, this is my first line, which, as you can see here, tested today. 1 touch point, 2 touch point here, right here, and my final line will be here, right? So I think the worst case scenario, PayPal goes to 84. I don't think it will go down further than this, unless of course the market is bearish today. But yeah, it probably holds this line here, and I think we can see if the market goes bullish, even if it doesn't really, if it stays neutral, I think it will gain back everything it lost, because it's not really like the the end of the world news. So many gains. Netflix missed. Guys, I'll keep telling you this. Netflix, you did not miss anything. Even if it starts filling the gap, it's gonna take a few days. This is 80 points. Any calls you get, if it fills the gap, you're gonna make a shit ton of money, right? That's if the gap fills, of course, right? So no, you did not miss anything at all. Like, don't worry about it. Look at this, by the way, because a lot of people keep saying this. I've been trading Netflix, really, buying, selling. But honestly, look at this. You guys did not miss anything. If you would have gotten here, sure, it would have gone up there and then gone down and then gone up. You did not miss anything at all, right? The gap fill is somewhere here in this region, right here, 251, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 251 almost, right? So if you're buying anything below, dude, like this is an excellent entry, right? Even if you're buying it above, you don't need to front run this or anything like that. You can just, as long as you're getting above it, it's cool. And we have earnings here, which I think, if it is good, if the earnings are good, this will be the thing that pumps Netflix up. This is why probably why we're seeing, you know, like some running here, right? It is because probably people are getting into play this. So we have here earnings what on the 19th. That's 9 day away. That's not a lot. So what I'm personally going to do is I'm gonna wait for a pullback. Thank you for reminding me, and I'm gonna get something into this account. You know, let's you know, since I've been calling this for a long time, doesn't make sense that I do not benefit from this in the small account. You know, let's see what we got here. No stocks, no thank you, sir. Netflix. Let's see if we can get on a pullback here or something. But no, not missed. Like I'm buying now, guys. Like I'm literally doing this in front of you, right? I'm buying now. Nothing missed. The move did not happen yet. We're still very, very early. October 19th. Let's look at the IV here. Oh, sorry about that. IV is 88. Very, very high. October 18th. Okay, this is where we start getting see, this is why I don't like the small account, because you buy at the money, which is ideally what I would like to buy, and we don't even have enough money on the account to cover it, right? And I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket here. So the gap fill is a what? Where is the gap fill? Gap fill is 330. Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna go for 330. Even if we fill half the gap, it'll still be a nice move. But still, let's see here. Let's do, yeah, I'm gonna put $300. $300 sounds enough for a November 4th call, right? So maybe November is a little bit too far since I'm poor. October 18th is the earnings. Ideally, you don't want to do October 21st. You know, you don't want to do the same week. You want to have some time, you know, because if it keeps trying, it might take a couple of days to fill it. 18th, 19th, 20th, 21. So look at our calendar here. So these expire. So the earnings will be on the 18th, Tuesday night. So we'd have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 3 days. Okay, let's see how much what we can get for $300 here. For $300, we can possibly get a 285. It's not that bad. If I go to 21 though, Netflix 245 October. Guys, you don't have to do what I'm doing. If you can get my personal, like if I had like if I'm trading with my actual account, this is what I would do. I would buy October 28th, right? Definitely, or maybe even November 4th. Right, either one of these, and I will get as close to the money as I can get. So size appropriately, get whatever you can afford to get, but I would definitely be getting something like these. I would not recommend getting the 21, which I'm probably gonna have to get here. Let's see what $300 gets me here. Gets me to 280, and here $300 get me the 285. Nah, I'm definitely gonna go with yeah. 280 is much better bang for my buck. So I'm forced to do this. If you guys are in the same boat as me, you have a small account, so no two legs, my friend, just one leg. Order here. Yeah, I'm just let's have one quick last look at the chart here. We want to get back on we want to get in on a pullback, right? Okay, this looks like a nice pullback. Yeah, this yeah, we'll go for this here. So 5, probably 010, and there we go. We've been filled. Okay, so this is our first earnings play for this account, right? October 21st, Netflix. Yeah, so we got our play here. We're just gonna let this chill. We're not gonna look at this again. Let it do what it does till then, unless it moves up a lot, then yeah, I'm taking off table, that's for sure. Okay, so let's see what else you guys were talking about. So we've covered Netflix, we covered PayPal. Tesla is taking off. Oh, is it? Ooh, nice. Look at Tesla. Man, I swear to God, I've seen penny stocks and cryptos less volatile than Tesla. I've never seen a stock trade like this in my life. God damn it, Tesla. Anyway, Apple is down 1%. This is pretty weird here. You guys look at this. We have here Netflix up, Twitter up. Who cares? 3M up a little. Okay, AMD down not too much, which is to be expected. Apple is down 1%. Tesla is up 0.5%. The market is all over the place. Looks like we're gonna have one of those chop days. The opening here looks pretty bearish so far. It looks like we're testing the PM lows, right? Like I said, I probably would not take this. How many points is this? Almost 2 points. I think we're gonna go test this line here, last week's low, but I probably would not. It's a nice call, and if we get a downward day, I'm not swinging anything. Okay, if we get a pullback, I'll get a put. If we get, I'll just play this little part here, right? It'll be a quick scalp, quick in, quick out. Again, this is the problem with having a cash account, is that you have to worry about, you know, like you have a fixed number of day trades, right? But it is a small account. It is what it is. So we're gonna grow it together. Lucid. Okay, let's have a look at Lucid here. Let's see what Lucid does. Lucid down 1%, not doing much. It's pretty much just, you know, moving with the market. Nothing worth noting here. AMD still crumbling. Yeah, it's gonna get stuck in this range, buddy. It's probably, like I said, you know, 55 range, and it's, you know, it's gonna be stuck in there for a while. So yeah. Check Tessie. We just checked it. Netflix 245 October 21st. If you can get that close to the money, I would not say no to that. I would recommend you getting an extra week if you could, right? If you can get an extra week, that'd be really preferable. But yeah, music perfectly. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry you're down in AMD. Look, it was unexpected earnings that just came out of nowhere, ambushed everybody. So, you know, it is what it is. You know. Okay, there we go. We're testing the lows here. I might jump onto this here. Let's just see what happens with this candle. But let's also prepare here. Never look at this, guys. If you bought with me here, leave this. This is an earnings play. We're just bought it now to avoid, you know, IV jump, which is gonna happen the next few days as much as possible. So ignore this. Don't look at this again, right? It goes down however much it goes down. The only time you look at this, if it goes up a lot, like 50%, then you can take it off the table, sure, and rebuy. But like till then, ignore it. Okay. So we're trading here. Order ticket. Spy. Oh, keep doing this. Okay, we're gonna keep this open here to see. Okay, so for day trades, for scalps, I'll do the next day. Next day here is 2 days out, right? So I'm waiting to see what comes out of this candle. We're basically here testing the lows, the PM lows. So if the lows get taken out, we go back down here, probably retest the 360.8 line, maybe go even lower. But till then, yeah, this will be the play here. If this holds, we can see it go back up all the way down to the 200. Netflix ER play, I think. So what did you guys got? Yeah, Angelique, like the guys said here in the chat, we just got Netflix earnings play. So yeah, we just look at this nice bull flag forming here. It's pretty good. So but yeah, Spy not doing anything so far at all, like at all. Yep. Thank you, Jay. And again, I will say, you know, because Jay put up my play here, I will just repeat again. If you guys can afford further out of the money, and you can afford something that's further out expiry and closer to the money, please go for it. I was forced to get this because I have a small account, and there isn't much I can do here. But my personal recommendation would be is something much closer to the money and a little bit further out. Elevator music, you know it, baby. You know it. We're all about the elevator music right here. VIX not making that many moves, consolidating, right? We have a gap down here to fill, so that's something to keep an eye on. Not necessarily that it fills today. Honestly, VIX does this. Tesla going back up. Tesla could end up pulling the market here. This is a bull flag, a very weird, screwed up bull flag here. But Tesla could end up pulling the market. Apple doing horribly here. Apple just no go today. It broke the lows here, retesting them as support instead of retesting them. Testing them as resistance instead of retesting them as support. Not a good look for Apple here. Netflix doing okay as always. Spy looks like it's ready to tank. Again, I'm not super sure that I really want to be taking puts here. I don't know. I want to see what happens here in this level, right? Like, this is what $1.50. $1.50 gives us how much? $1 move here. It's like 50-60 bucks. No, that's way too much risk to take for 50-60 bucks. No, I'm good. I'm just gonna wait. If you guys want to take a play here, you know, this is pretty much broken. If this candle fails, we're gonna see, you know, we're gonna see it go all the way down to 360.8. If not, then we're probably gonna see another bounce back here. Let's see if something else has a better play here. Netflix, meh. Lucy, meh. PayPal. Yeah, I was considering it, but again, like, this, look at this major support line here. Again, whoa, how many points is that? That's 0.7 here. Let's say almost $1 move on PayPal. Again, risk to reward is horrible, right? We can say go back up here if it fails. So my stop loss will be here, and again, my take profit will be here. Like, this is how you guys should approach every play, right? This is how you know, like, whether to take the play or not. Is start by thinking, where would I be placing my stop loss? I'm placing my stop loss here, right? This is the ideal place for it, a little bit above this resistance here. Okay, so, and where would I take my first profit? Obviously at the next major support, right? So the risk to reward ratio is almost a little less than 1-to-1 actually, so I can lose more than I can possibly gain. No thank you, right? So this is how you want to consider these things. Apple going to 120. That is a very bold claim, Angelique. 120 is a huge draw for Apple, but let's see if you're right. Could be macro correct, right? Let's see if it eventually gets there. So you have the lows here at what? So you think it's gonna take out July lows? Wow, that is a big drop. Or maybe you meant 130. 120 would be here. Not impossible, but it's not gonna do it on its own. It's gonna need a bad earnings to get it down there. We have earnings here on the 27th of October, end of the month for Apple. So it's gonna need to die all the way up to here by the earnings day, 129, and then it gets bad earnings and just, you know, dies off here. But I don't see it trading all the way from now all the way to the earnings, all the way to 120, unless like it starts getting priced in. Unless all the earnings from now till then are pretty bad, which is a very big possibility, and we just see like absolute death like all over the place. But yeah, that is what it is. SPY, what is SPY doing now? Since we're on the day here, let's look at the closest MA that it can retest, and nothing really significant here. By the way, if you guys you know, if you're a fan of chart patterns, what does this look to you? Controller, shoulder, head, right? Look at this. This shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Head and shoulders on the SPY forming on today. So this does support actually that we got a big drop here sooner, probably to the the sickness level, which is here at the very least. 338 on SPY, which is around 3,400 on SPX. This is where I think we're gonna go down, this next month. Here, we're gonna place this here on SPY. But you guys can see here, look at this, head and shoulders, right? It's pretty clear. So let's just get this upper chart. Be gone, head and shoulders. There you go. See what it's doing on the 5 minutes. Okay, so if you guys took the play I recommended, it's kind of working out. We have here the candle failed, it's going down, and it's kind of retesting Friday lows. I'm gonna be safe here, right? I don't need to scalp anything again because I don't want to be wasting my firepower here. So PayPal puts 0.20. I don't understand what you mean. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna wait this out here. Feels like a chop kind of day, doesn't it? It feels like one of those days we're just gonna chop. It feels like we're just gonna go down here and then we're gonna go up and it's just gonna keep chopping here. If it is like you really, especially with a small account, you don't want to be taking a lot of risk in a day like this. AMD, still again consolidating, not doing really much. DraftKings took out our first line, right? If you guys are in DraftKings, this area, I would look for this area to hold. If you're in DraftKings calls, just look for this area to hold. Look at this. If this area needs to absolutely hold, because if it doesn't, yeah, like it's gonna be a big drop here. PayPal, how's PayPal doing? Meh, not really doing much. Netflix went up a little, no biggie. SPY, yeah, SPY again testing the lows here. Yeah, just very much testing the lows. I want to say this is a bear flag, but it's a little bit too early for that. And the pole is very small. I think we could have a better view on a bigger time frame here. The 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Nah, like I said, it's too early. Like it's way too small of a flag. The pole, yeah, sure, but like, no, the flag is way too small. But you see, we're starting to get here some rejection off the PM lows, right? Confirming a little bit the possible bear flag here. So we're gonna need to wait this out and see. If we start getting a flag forming, I'm probably gonna jump into puts, because it will just probably slice through this 360 resistance support here and just like absolutely die. Apple looks to be making a little bit of a comeback here. See, Apple has a much clearer, much more defined bear flag. See, Apple, look at this here. This is the pole, and this is my flag here. Look at this, very much more defined, much clearer, right? So you might see an Apple drop here, and if Apple drops, you just know that SPY will just die with it. So we're gonna keep an eye on Apple here. Tesla doing its thing, it's as confusing as chart as it is a stock. Look at this. This is absolutely nothing. It means this is no chart. This is no pattern. This is no possible pattern. It means nothing. It's just jibber jabber, mishmash. I hate you, Tesla, so much, so much. Anyway, PayPal, PayPal holding itself up again. PayPal here, you can see a little bit of a bear flag forming. Netflix reclaimed the 200 MA, which is good. It's retesting it at the moment. You see this wick, it just went back to retest it. You wanna see the 200 MA hold here for a bigger bounce up. Okay. SPY starting to look bearish, more bearish and bearish by the second here. See if anyone's saying anything interesting in the Discord. Okay. Look at this huge wick. This is huge rejection by the bulls, right? No acceptance of the sorry about that. No acceptance up there whatsoever. Looks like we're just gonna start making our way down here. So if this breaks, we're gonna start getting ready to get into puts. And yep, there you go. So my first trading idea, if you guys got in here for a scalp, this is where you would get out now, right? If you got into that call, I would this is my first take profit area, right? So I take a little bit off table here, or just completely get out if you're scalping, right? So okay, so let's prepare ourselves. Let's see what comes up out of this. 2 days out, by a little bit out of the money. Again, position sizing is important here. So I have a $1,500 account, so I want to be taking 20 to 25% plays. So 1,500 account, right, multiplied by 20% of that would be $300. And if you do 25% of that, right, 25% of that, that would be $375. So any position I want will be in that range. So these two, I still can get at the money, which is my preferred position. Still can get that. That's too much for this account. No need to risk it. But yeah, this is, I'll probably be getting this one or this one here. Probably this one, 360 put. And that would be if we take a position here. We're just waiting for now. So far, this looks bearish. It is holding the low from here. We're still seeing the low here held well. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. This is the problem with the chop day. Like, it gets pretty damn boring pretty quickly. Tesla starting to lose some of its gains. It's going back to retest 200 MA here. It's just like it's working around the 200 MA, struggling with it. Apple, even more of a bearish flag forming now, more than ever. AMD looks like if it loses this one here, might fall down a little bit. DraftKings is just like, it's pretty ugly, to be honest. PayPal, same situation, bear flag forming. Netflix kind of struggling to break through the 200. Look at these wicks, struggling way too much to break 200 MA. So it might fall back to the 20 MA here at this level, unless the market runs and it gives it a push, right? But it's gonna be hard for it to move with the market down, because look at this, you're getting a lot of rejection at the 200 MA, right? So it's gonna need some decent volume to start going up here again. It's a nice addition. This is a nice thing with the music. Like, I like the music. I don't know if you guys like listen to the lo-fi or the chill. I don't know what it's called. This the chill music, right? It's pretty damn relaxing. It's very nice. Could you please post all trades? Sure. Yes, ma'am. Let me just go in here and get took Netflix. What was it? Netflix. October 21st, 280 call earnings play. There you go. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Angelique. Chill jazz. Yeah, the chill jazz music. I love it. It's very relaxing. So let's see what VIX is doing here. VIX just consolidating in this region for some here, in this region here. I don't know why. Is there some sort of resistance here from before? Okay, so it does seem that it has this resistance that it struggled with a little bit before here at the 33.35 area. So it does seem like if we want to see some decent bearish momentum, we're going to need to see a breakthrough of the 33.35 level on VIX, which is not that far off. You know, we could see it happening. I don't know, my gut feeling tells me that we're just going to reject off this somewhere and just go up. But this is just a gut feeling, so we go by the chart here. Rejection so far. You know, it does seem like it wants to go down, but we'll see. We'll see. Tesla just dying off, almost going red now. Not doing so well. Apple is trying here, and it seems that the bear flag is about to get invalidated here. If the bear flag is invalidated on Apple, my guess is that everything else is gonna run, right? Because you see a failure here on Apple, you're gonna see the failure everywhere, right? For the bear flag, which would be pretty bullish. Look at Netflix. It's just like, it's a beast, right? It's a beast. Reclaim the 200 MA, and it's just like going up. You see a break of this, and it's just gonna keep running more, right? So good Netflix. SPY. Again, looks like SPY is still holding this area down there. Good for it. We need it with the market. Exactly. This is why I put this here. So like, in case we lose money, we don't start like screaming and swearing, and I get, you know, like I get demonetized on YouTube before I even get monetized on YouTube, because I'm not starting to get monetized on YouTube. But yeah, elevator music works perfectly for this. So let's see here. By the way, one thing, and I still can't trade it yet, but oil futures, very interesting play here, by the way, because I had a look at this the other day from my other account, and I drew these lines. You guys look here on the 1 hour. You guys go on the 1 day. So if you guys look at oil here, right, we have this broadening wedge here, which is bearish, right? But we have, look at these multiple touch points here, right? And I also drew a downward channel extrapolated from this. So I basically drew the line here and then cloned it and added it here to see, you know, what's the max we can go up to. And look at this. This is very interesting. We see here the 200 MA, right, which is at 97.10 here, right? And we see it perfectly matches with the upper trend line. My guess is that we go up and test 97 or 96-ish level on oil pretty soon, right? So we have this trend line that has been holding a lot, like has been holding since what, this trend line since mid-July, right? Since mid-July, this trend line has been holding. So my guess is that if we're able to break through this line, and as you can see, I drew this line on the weekend, and you can see here it opened up, and we're still struggling to break through this line. It's not going to be easy, but if we do end up breaking through this line, I think we go up all the way and test 97 on oil. So if you guys here are future oil players, or you guys play oil, or something that moves in sympathy with oil, you can do USO, or what else you can do? You can do XLE, right? You can do either of those if you want, but I think this is a nice play worth mentioning here. Let's go back to SPY though and see what's going on. So SPY 5 minutes, not really doing much. All right, so kind of reset the RSI a little bit here. Nothing really major, honestly. Netflix also not doing much. Looks like a bull flag here, right? But beyond that, not doing much. PayPal. See, this is what I was talking about, guys. Like this is literally what I was talking about. You know, it went down here, it broke through this, and it went back up again. This is why I was saying risk to reward is horrible here. I probably would have been stopped out here, and I would have lost a bunch of money and possibly gained very little if it actually did go down here. Like I said, my expectations for PayPal is that it bounces back, keeps going up. I don't really see how much, I don't really see why it would go down more, except if the market is bearish, except if the overall market is bad. Yeah, I can see it, going down more. But because of the particular news over the weekend, I don't really see it going down much. So we're gonna keep an eye on this in case it breaks this. We get a nice play here. But honestly, if it reclaims this and starts consolidating here, I can go in for a little call. I'll go for a call, play the little bounce here if we get one. AMD, same situation here. Look at this. AMD starting to regain, some of its opening losses here. It's back to 57. Again, like I said, as expected, I don't really see it, falling much below like the mid 50s, 54 maybe, 53 tops. But we'll see. Again, it's too early to tell anything here today. Netflix, we looked at it. Apple, okay, Apple is gonna start pulling the market here because the bear flag is invalidated, and look at this, it's going up to retest the MAs, right? In order for the all of today to turn bullish, we're gonna need these three to get taken out on Apple, and you can expect a nice juicy run today. Cornell says Microsoft hit all-time low, oversold an all-time line. What do you think? Well, let's have a look. Let's see what I think. Microsoft, I always read Microsoft wrong. Microsoft plus. So let's start with the day chart as always. Let's see what the bearish bet. Look at this. So wow, Microsoft, pretty ugly chart. So these were the pre-sickness highs, right? So this is 187. We're pretty far off. I would say we're pretty far off Cornell, right? Like it's definitely not an all-time low. I think what you mean by that is the year's low, and I do agree with you there. But I would invite you to look to compare this with how other stocks are doing, right? So the sickness low here is for Microsoft is sorry, not the sickness low. The pre-sickness high for Microsoft here is at 190, right? So this, by the way, guys, is a nice nifty tool that lets you know like percentages and losses and stuff like that. Not this one, the ruler. Yeah, you click the ruler here on trading view, and you just you start from the place where you started and end where you want it to end, and it tells you here 19%, right? $37. So between where we are right now in Microsoft and the pre-sickness high, it's 19.4%, right? Now you want to compare that to some other stock, let's say Apple, for example, right? So where is the sickness high for Apple, right? The sickness high for Apple, that would be the pre-sickness high for Apple will be right here, right? So So Apple would need to go 40% down in order for it to hit the sickness high, right? So Apple extremely relatively strong. Let's compare it with AMD, for example. Let's see here how Microsoft compares to AMD. AMD right now is at a sickness high, pre-sickness high, right? It is at that level right now, right? So relatively speaking, Microsoft is stronger than AMD, but weaker than Apple. We can keep doing this comparison. I'm interested to see actually how Microsoft compares to Tesla. Where's the pre-sickness? Yeah, Tesla is still relatively strong as I expected. So the pre-sickness high is here. It's 22%. Yeah, still pretty strong, right? So Microsoft does not look that weak to me. It still has a little bit of room here. It's not oversold in the day chart, so still has that going for it. It is at some critical support here, right? Because look at this here. If it breaks 228.5, it's definitely gonna go back and test the sickness, the pre-sickness highs, right? So if it breaks 228.5, it will test 190, and I think a drop like that will only come from the earnings. Its earnings are on the 26th towards the end of the month as well, right? So let's have a look at the 1 hour chart here. 1 hour chart is oversold. So where can it possibly go from here? Has some support here at the 232 that it just sliced through. I think this will be a critical line to reclaim here. Okay, so we have this support here from the 1 day, and on the 1 hour we have this support here, so resistance now. So my thinking is that if we break this line here, we can go up for some relief, and I think this will probably what will happen. We're very oversold on the 1 hour here. I think we go up and retest 232 at least, and if we can break through, consolidate above and move, then yeah, it can start turning a little bit bullish. But till then, Microsoft looks a little bit bearish. 5-minute chart here, yeah, probably says the same thing, and we do have a bear flag forming here. Yeah, I would say I would wait for 232. If it retests and breaks through, consolidates above it, yeah, I'll go for a call here. If not, I wouldn't. I was just remain bearish on this one. Let's see SPY. What is SPY doing? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be one of those days, guys. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty boring chop day. I really hope I'm wrong. We still have it has only been like 1 hour since the open, so we still have a lot of time here. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time on this stream, even though it was pretty fun. But yeah, looks like we're gonna just end it here today. If I take any more calls, anything alerts, anything I'm gonna be posting in my Discord, which is free. So if you're not already in Discord, I'm gonna drop the link down below. Please do join us. Thank you everyone who joined me today. It was an absolute pleasure talking with you guys. I really enjoyed doing the analysis for the stocks live. So if you guys have any questions, you can prepare them for tomorrow or in Discord, and we can just do them live as we go. That was pretty fun. But yeah, till then, see you, and hope you have a green day. Ash out.